Welcome, everyone, to an epic deep dive into one of the most explosive rivalries in the Shadow world. Today, we're breaking down the clash between two of the most powerful beings in the Shadow Fight universe, Architect and Tenebris. Both claim to be the true creator of the Shadow world, but only one can reign supreme. We'll analyze their powers, fighting styles, and personalities to determine who would come out on top in a one-on-one battle. Buckle up, because this is going to be intense. Let's start with Architect, the enigmatic and ruthless force who thrives on manipulation and destruction. Architect is no ordinary fighter. He's a master of chaos, wielding an arsenal of devastating abilities that make him a nightmare for anyone who dares to challenge him. Here's a breakdown of his powers. Teleportation. Architect can vanish and reappear at will, making him nearly impossible to pin down. This ability gives him the upper hand in both offense and defense. Ice pins. With a flick of his wrist, Architect can summon deadly ice spikes to immobilize and impale his enemies. Earthquake. He can shake the very ground beneath his feet, destabilizing his opponent and leaving them vulnerable to attack. Invisibility. Architect can disappear from sight, striking from the shadows when his enemy least expects it. Rat wave. A swarm of shadowy rats engulfs his foes, tearing them apart with relentless ferocity. Soul extract. This terrifying ability allows Architect to rip the soul straight out of his opponent, leaving them powerless. Hunger claws. His claws are imbued with a dark energy that drains the life force of anyone they touch. External fury. Architect can unleash a burst of uncontrollable rage, amplifying his strength and speed to overwhelming levels. Beam of fear. A concentrated blast of shadow energy that strikes terror into the hearts of his enemies, paralyzing them with fear. Architect is a force to be reckoned with, combining raw power with cunning tactics. But is it enough to take on the godlike Tenebris? Now, let's turn our attention to Tenebris, the mysterious being who claims to have created the Shadow world itself. Tenebris is not just a fighter, he's a cosmic entity, a master of light and darkness, and the ultimate manipulator of fate. His abilities may seem fewer in number, but they are infinitely more powerful. Beam of fear. Like Architect, Tenebris can unleash a devastating beam of shadow energy that instills paralyzing fear in his enemies, weaving the thread of fate. This is where Tenebris truly shines. He can manipulate the very fabric of reality, twisting the threads of fate to control the outcome of any battle. If he chooses, he can end a fight before it even begins. Tenebris's power lies in his ability to transcend the physical realm. He doesn't just fight his enemies, he rewrites their destinies. This makes him nearly invincible, as no amount of brute force or cunning can overcome the will of fate itself. In an epic showdown between Architect and Tenebris, Architect unleashes teleporting, summoning ice pins, earthquakes, rat swarms, and dark energy claws. But Tenebris, the master of fate, remains untouchable. With a wave of his hand, he nullifies every attack, freezing Architect mid-charge. "You're a pawn in a game beyond you," Tenebris declares, twisting Architect's destiny and reducing him to dust. Architect's raw power is formidable, but Tenebris operates on a cosmic scale, controlling the threads of fate itself. In this clash of chaos versus order, Tenebris reigns supreme. What do you think? Could Architect ever stand a chance?